is Shaquille O'Neal a big mother sucker?
Right. Yes.
His big toe was hurting. He could have played the whole damn game because his big toe was hurting. All right, Brandon. These are 4 women. Since we don't discriminate here in the Metaverse, you have 2 appear to be Anglo-Saxon and 2 to be African descent.
Right.
What do all these women have in common, Brandon?
They are doing
allegedly.
Okay. Let me. They may be lying on some things. All of them. I don't know what this. I've seen this lady's picture in the corner. The Gibson. What did she do?
Well, okay. Let me break it down. Allegedly, these women weaponize their words to try to inflict harm to a black man.
Or to a man, because Johnny Depp isn't that woman that's in court now? Or no, that's not her. Okay. These are black men, has something to do with black men.
This was all black men. So all 4 women weaponized their words and gave those words to authority in the United States of America to harm a black man. Now, Miss Megan over here, this is allegedly because we haven't been to court and the facts ain't out yet, but it sounds about right. Now, Brandon, why would these young ladies lie to an authority figure to try to hurt a African American man? Why?
Well, because they're still human, and humans lie sometimes, and they get in situations and they try to lie themselves out of the situations, and sometimes that creates a bigger mess. And like I said, we're not saying they're lying, but a lot of these stories, I'm not too familiar with all of them, but I'm just going to go with the Megan story. Megan lied to the police initially. So when you go to court,
hold on. Okay, well, we don't know the police statement. I know Megan's statement.
Right. Well, we're gonna go by her statement. She said she told a lie to the police to save Tory. That's not gonna hold up. That's not gonna make you look like a credible witness in court or a credible victim in court. That's just how court go. But go ahead.
All right. This young lady, I want to update the audience. This young lady lied on a man, said a man was assaulting her in a park in New York. This young lady lied on a man, said she was raped by a black football player. This young lady said recently she was shot in the foot and or stepped on glass.
Right. We still really don't know, even though, because what didn't it come out that a doctor said she did step on some glass, then something else came out that said it was a bullet fragment too, though, maybe.
That's why I use the word and or. By her words, is and or.
But how do we not know by now, like, what happened?
Brandon, I don't know, but I do know American history towards a allegedly violent black man. I know in California the gun laws are tight. I know in California, if the police is called, if there's a gun on the scene, something may happen.
Right.
I don't remember Tory Lanez serving no time in jail. I don't remember Tory Lanez being arrested and held in jail. I don't remember Tory Lanez being deported from the United States.
Right,
but I do remember they said, Tory Lanez, you got to shut the F up and you can't talk about the situation. But at the same time, they allow this young lady to speak openly about the situation. You see what the media does?
All the time. Not just one time.
He can't say nothing. but she could say she could double talk out her mouth, shot and or stepped on glass. One of those things happened.
Right.
We don't know. But I just know by my memory, if she was shot in the foot, she was dancing. She was performing
a couple nights ago. No, a couple nights after it happened, right? Yeah, I remember that.
She was on stage, you know. And do you know what a bullet would do to you?
That's what I was about to say. You're not a gun expert or a bullet expert, but you know what a bullet can do to you when it's traveling at that speed, you know, whether it's ricocheting off of something or not, it can do damage to your foot, and your foot is very sensitive. And if you hit one of them bones, you're not gonna be walking or twerking or doing anything for a while. It's gonna sit you down.
Ain't your foot all bones? So it's gonna hit a bone, and history shows us, is Shaquille O'Neal a big mother sucker?
Right. Yes.
His big toe was hurting. He could have played the whole damn game because his big toe was hurting. People don't remember that.
Right. So,
but allegedly, she was shot and stepped on glass at the same time.
Right.
By her word.
Right.
This young lady said she was raped by a football player in high school. This is the guy that was going to get a ride to USC in California.
Oh yeah.
But when this came up, he served 10 years in prison because she lied.
Mm.
She lied. So, Brandon, what can society do? Why do, it was a saying going around, it says, believe all women.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a just, or is that a statement people should go by?
No.
Why you say that?
Because that women aren't perfect. I know people like to think they make better decisions than men, but women still are human, and they still lie, and they still make stuff up just like anybody else does. That's like you say, you wouldn't say believe all men. Like if men were, you know, smarter than women or made better decisions and you could trust men more, you still wouldn't say trust all men. Now you look at the evidence presented and you go by there. Everything is case by case basis. Same thing with Chris Brown. Remember, somebody accused Chris Brown of doing something, and then it come out later that it wasn't true, or she kind of fabricated a lot of stuff. So, you can't go by just trust anything a woman says. Believe all women. You know, I'm not saying that none of it didn't happen, but you make a claim, make an accusation against somebody. Let's take it to court. Let's do it the right way. Let's not just, you said something and we just go at it and cancel who this person or condemn somebody. You're innocent until proven guilty. That's why we have the justice system now.
Okay, this young lady right here. Now, a black man shooting a person in the foot most likely will go to jail. 1 day ago, I have never seen her cry. She has been through so much, but she will stand on her ground like a queen. Now, if she's lying, is she standing on her ground?
But you have to look for certain buzzwords like queen or king for that matter. But what does that have to do with anything? You can't just because somebody tell you something, you don't have to stand with them or stand against them. Like let's be smart. Let's look at the facts. When we heard about the Meg situation, it just didn't sound right. So it's no need to jump to conclusions.
Brandon, could you read this statement for the audience? Can you see it?
I believe Megan from jump, and I am still believing her. I don't know why people find it so hard to believe that he shot her. I understand exactly what she was saying in the beginning when she had to lie to protect them. She's telling the truth.
All right, Brandon. And did you see the interview?
Yeah, I did.
Now, this interview I got a feeling it was filmed a long time after their events, right?
Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying it was filmed months ago.
A long time after the events. And usually a human, you know, at the scene, you may not know, but once you think about it, the facts come out, you may change your story to make it more realistic.
Right.
And on that interview I saw, she said she was shot and she stepped on glass. It was kind of contradicting each other in it. Now, why this one lady right here, why she is believe her no matter what she says, it could be a lie or not? Why is that, Brandon?
Well, number one, that could be a bot. Well, I'm gonna throw that out there too. But I think people want to they dislike men so much, and they have a hatred and a bad taste in their mouth about men, that they want to jump on situations that are in the media like this. Like if a man did something wrong to you, I get why you would be upset with that man, but you project that on all men and say all men ain't shit and this and that. You have to take it case by case, man by man. You don't know Tory Lanez, you don't know Meg Thee Stallion. All you know is the evidence. I don't care if you like her music or not. You have to look at the evidence. You have to look at, she told the untruth about something to the police. She said, she's telling you that she stepped on the glass or she got shot. It's just a bunch of different things. Don't you think that if the police believed her, or, that they were leaning more on her side, Tory wouldn't be doing what he's doing? He wouldn't be free. Like, I just think, I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but it's just looking like Tory is going to be acquitted of these charges. And they're going to kind of ease Meg out of this and, just kind of be like, well, we're not saying you're lying. We're not saying you lied on him, but we couldn't prove it.
I don't even know what the charges are. I don't know what the charges are.
It just doesn't make sense. And let me ask you a question. If somebody shot you and the police were coming up, would you be worried about their life? Because that's what she was saying. She didn't want anything to happen to Tory Lanez. I'm not saying she's wrong for feeling that way, but if you tried to harm me or kill me, because if somebody pointed a gun at you, they could have took your life. I'm not gonna have no more feelings towards what the cops do to you if I feel like I'm in danger and I feel like you endanger my life.
Here now, I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna start off with a statement before.
Okay.
Gayle King, I think that was the interview lady.
Mm-hmm.
She asked Megan, did she have sex with
a sexual relationship?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know this part with edit, but that was a very long pause for her. No, watch this. Brandon, have you ever had sex with Jennifer Lopez?
No.
Do you see how quick that is?
Right.
All right. That was a very long pause. And if I was an interview person, I'll ask her, okay, have you ever had oral sex with Tory Lanez before?
Mm-hmm.
Because these days kids may not necessarily see oral sex as sex.
Right.
But I have a feeling they was in a relationship and they touched each other.
Right.
And that may be the reason she lied to the police. But if she wasn't touching each other, why lie to the police when somebody shot you?
Right. And then if you did that, why lie about having a sexual relationship with Tory?
Well, we don't know. We don't know she lied about.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know, but we can assume. It just make you think, and that's what you have to do. You have to look at all these pieces of evidence. It's just a lot of uncertainty and a lot of things that are kind of skeptical.
Now look at this person quote right here. Megan needs her support system now more than ever. I hope she got her people with her. And that's a good statement. Mm-hmm. That is a good statement. She does need support. I feel from the young lady. Because I do too. Over the past couple of months, couple of weeks, people have been lashing out. She's been lashing out on social media about contracts, about this.
She lost her parents. I think she lost her mom.
She lost her mom about 2 years ago, though.
But still, all these things add up, just kind of like how we were talking about the baby. All these things kind of snowball into more and more problems. And I don't want to see this for people. I think when you're going through so much, and they try to say she has a drinking problem, and you're young, and you're in a newfound life, you have money and success. Drinking and dealing with the wrong people, losing a parent, all that stuff can snowball into a toxic, you becoming a toxic person or just being toxic, period.
She had a lot of public relationships. I know the last relationships was somebody could have said she drank too much and her personality changed once she drank. Yeah. And on this interview, I'm just about 40 years old, so don't listen what I'm saying.
But I think she was dating Moneybag Yo for a little bit, and then she kind of started dating Tori, and then she was dating that somebody else. Fontaine, yeah.
But he was like, she drank too much, ain't it?
Yeah.
Now I'm just 40 yeyears old. On her interview, she said she was ready to go. And some people, when they ready to go, they ready to motherfucker go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you got them drinks in you, and you may have a temper, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So that could have been just a pity patty, turn out to a whole scene for everybody to see.
Exactly. But I don't even know when they have another case in court, when this is going to be even settled. It just seems like they're trying to wait it out.
Now look at this person right here. Brandon, can you read this statement now? Yeah, read this.
I believe her. Why would somebody call the police and report gunshots if there weren't gunshots? That has nothing to do with anything. Like that statement don't even make any sense.
No, it makes sense. Read it again, Brandon. Read it again.
Why would anyone call the police and report gunshots if there weren't gunshots?
Because they lying. That's why. they lying. That's why.
So what do you think? What part do you think they're lying about? So do you think a gun was shot? Somebody shot a gun. Do you think somebody shot a gun or they didn't shoot?
No. I'm not talking about with this situation, but like you said at the beginning, people will lie in general, and this is just a lie.
What?
Okay, look at this. Let's get back to this young lady right here, Amy Cooper. She called 911 and saying she was being assaulted by a man. So she was a man was putting their hands or verbally talking to her. That was a lie. Don't we agree?
I agree.
So if a person can lie about assault, why can't a person lie about gunshots?
Well, Louis, because they're women. Women don't lie.
We all know what's going on. People lie, men lie, monies don't lie. Everybody lie. But people, stop lying on the black man to hurt him. I was watching Judge Matthews this past week, and the lady came up there and said, this man ain't never supported me or the child. Never, ever. Then the man started speaking, yeah, she didn't have to work, and her and the child lived with me for 3 years. I paid all the bills. It wasn't his baby. I paid all the bills, this and that. Then Judge Matthews went back to the lady. You said this man ain't never support you. He ain't never done nothing. That's why Judge Matthews always says, when you have a child and it's out of not in marriage, go to the court and get on child support.
I agree.
Because what's going to happen, somebody going to fall out or somebody going to fall out with you. They go to that court system. You could have been paying $500 a month for 10 years. She'll go to that court system and say, I ain't received a dime. and guess what? You'll have no paperwork. You'll have no more documentation. And watch this. If you do have paperwork, you do have documentations, it don't count because it's not official anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's something people need to hear.
I think that's true. That may be a lie. But to me, it's not official. So you ain't on paper. It ain't never happened.
Right. You don't want to take that chance.
So the judge is going to say, okay, well, now you owe her for 10 years. So now you owe her $60,000. You got to pay her.
Right.
Happens all the time. All the time. Happens all the time. But yes, not only white women lie on black men, but also black women lie on black man, and other black men lie on black man too. Everybody lie.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody lies. It's not a group of people that don't lie. And that's not hard to comprehend. Like, people lie. This is like saying just because I'm a man, I'm just gonna be like, oh, men are perfect. And I don't like when men YouTubers do that. They try to make it look like it's just the women with the issues, and men are they're just looking for the right woman and they just can't find it. No, it's people on both sides doing what they want to do and making the choices they want to make.
You're right. A lot of guys, what they call dusties. A lot of guys are dusties.
Dusties and trash bags.
And trash bags. And only thing they got is a long stroke, and they don't got nothing else. I give you this long stroke, and I'm going to use your car. And,
right. And depending on when you are in your life, you might want that. You know what I'm saying? And you go through it, and then
so you telling me
go ahead.
During your energy years, with all the energy, and you're more likely to get married at this time, you dating, wasting your valuable years right. on the dusties.
Depending on who it is, that's what they might want to do.
Now, what Kevin told you, don't do that. You was mad.
Right. But he's trying to give you sound advice, but sometimes people don't want to hear sound advice. I'm just being serious. Which one sound better?
What you mean? Which one sound better?
Girl,
the way you said it,
right?
The way you said it, because you said it all nice,
right? And it was bad advice. It was, you know what I'm saying? So how you deliver stuff and how you receive it makes a difference. But you still have to read between the lines and look what people are saying. You can't get caught up in your emotions. Like, somebody can give you some bad advice and be racist, but it can still be good advice that you need to make your life better. You have to filter out the racist part. Take what you need.
With Kevin, probably about a year and a half ago, I had to filter out how he respond to some women. I had to take that complete, because it kind of made me angry a little bit.
Yeah, I was at first too, but after a while, like it didn't bother me after a while. Like, you know, y'all still calling up. Like, I can't be mad. I can't be mad for women if women still calling up. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, I mean, y'all, it's clearly a partnership. Women, some black women calling up, they get clout, they get to talk to Kevin. Some people just wanted to talk to Kevin, whether they get abused or not, because some people are into that too. They like to get abused, and that's part of, you know, what Kevin did. So I'm not gonna be mad at him for doing what he was doing. Like, it was disrespectful in the beginning, but it just kept on going, and that's just what it was. I didn't take it serious. It's just entertainment.
Well, tell me this: in today's society, where everybody want to be equal rights, equal protection, equal gender, equal roles, equal everything. Now, I watch hours of his segment. I ain't never seen him start off angry or disrespectful.
He was cool
until somebody
got on his nerves.
Did some stuff that's not in the show requirements. Yeah. So if everybody is equal, the same, everybody want to be treated the same, why Kevin couldn't treat some of his the people on the phone the same, like society say they want to be treated?
And I think what Kevin was doing, he was kind of setting a standard. He was doing a suit thing. He was telling women, like, ma'am, it's 10 o'clock. Why is your baby still up in the background? You know, that's a good point. Like, you know, you should get your kids on a certain bedtime, and they should be asleep, especially if you're getting ready to call up on a show and you on Instagram, you're on live watching, trying to get in. Like, that time should be set aside to put your kids to bed, read them a story or whatever you're going to do. But people are so busy on their phones doing this and that, calling Kevin Samuels for advice.
I didn't ask you that question.
What'd you ask me?
I said, if everybody want equal rights, equal treatment in our society today, why he was so looked down upon where he treated everybody the exact same? If that's what supposedly what society wants.
Because he wasn't conforming to society norms. He was doing things his way.
Society says treat all people the same.
They don't see it that way though. They only took what he was saying to the women even though he was saying stuff to men too.
I'm gonna give you the answer. Here's how society is. Society want everything in favor for them and want none of
Well, who is
the
them
negative
though?
stuff. Man and woman.
Mm.
And none of the negative stuff. A man want to be the chief, like a man want to be the chief and the leader, but the negative stuff, he don't want to be the sole provider.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
A woman want to be protected and taken care of, but the negative stuff like cooking and cleaning, she don't want that. So,
but why though? Why?
Because everybody want all the good stuff. Who want the bad stuff?
Well, people used to want the bad stuff. I think that was part of the family structure. It seemed like people were okay playing their role as a team, you know, doing what they needed to do at the time. It seemed like people don't want, like you said, people don't want to do the bad stuff or the hard stuff. They just want to have fun and do the easy stuff all day. But why is that? Is that something to do with social media, how they push certain lifestyles? Like I think people want to live lifestyles.
Well, I have to say around in the 70s, people around in the 70s, I guess society got a little better here in America. It was more free, especially in the 80s. If you had money, you could live anywhere you want to live. I can't answer that damn question, man. It's a lot.
That's a good point. Right. Because inflation, like, you know, property was a lot lower. You know, food and stuff was a lot lower back then. It's skyrocketed now. Like, you might have been able to live in New York in the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
But now, like, it's just not something you're gonna be able to do. Live comfortably, live the same type of lifestyle, space-wise.
And when you get that freedom, you may be like, I ain't taking no more mess. I ain't doing nothing more I don't like. But I can let the audience know something. I do things I don't like all the time, man.
Right.
And
that's a part of life.
You know,
I mean, this is it.
I do things I don't like. I don't like clocking in and working on another man's job. But guess what? I do it 5 days a week. I don't like when your car breaks down, you got to pay an unexpected car bill. Yeah. I don't like that, but I still got to do it. So some things in life you just got to fucking do it. It's part of the game. Brandon, what's some things you don't like doing but you still got to?
Let's see. Doing little stuff for my daughter, like you know, it sounds easy. Like, Dad, come jump on the trampoline, or Dad, come play this little game. You know, and I love games, but the game she played on her tablet, it's just games where you just running around, doing stuff like going shopping and stuff. I do not want to play them type of games, but it's just something you got to do. Like, you have to make dinner, you have to clean up. I mean, all these things don't sound fun, but that's a part of your life, and it adds to the quality of your life too. Teaching my daughter, sometimes teaching her can be challenging. You know, it's not fun. You know, it's rewarding, but it's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. Especially if you take some time off of teaching my daughter stuff, she'll kind of forget. I'm like, you already know this. Like, why are you just so distracted and stuff like that? So getting her back on the right page, that's hard. That's something I don't necessarily look forward to doing, but I'm glad I can do it. You know, some things that we don't like, we have to be thankful that we can do them. We're allowed to do them.
You know, that's a good statement. That is like around 8, 9 o'clock yesterday, I folded my clothes behind me. All behind me was clothes. Do you see any clothes on the floor now?
Mm-mm.
I didn't want to fold my clothes, especially that late at night, but I had to do it to make this scene look more better and wash this shirt. See, I do it anyway, but I don't like folding my clothes, but I have to do it so I can have a place more organized. I can have my clothes put together, and I can have a little structure. So yeah, you're right. Sometimes we got to do things we don't want to do, but shit, we adults now. You got to do them.
Right. And I'm gonna say this statement, but it's not necessarily, you know, true in all points. Kevin Samuels can't fold the clothes now. I bet he would almost give it. That's why I want to say he would almost give anything to come back and have one more day, but he can't. So we have to remember, we have to appreciate the moment that we're here, because you never know what's going to happen.
I bet you Kerry Samuels would give up all his describers, all his money to start back over again if he could come back today.
Right. But we don't know how heaven is, or I'm not saying that's where he is or not, but I'm just saying, like, he might want to be in heaven, but I would say normally when people pass away, they would give anything to have another day on earth if they could. And
he ain't in heaven and hell because the judgment day ain't come yet, because we still here. Unless this is hell.
Is that what the Bible says? Is that what the Bible says?
Okay, when judgment day happens, what happens, Brandon?
I'm not too sure. I know. I thought judgment day was when you pass away. I didn't think it was a collective judgment day.
No, God and Jesus, they coming back. They coming back, and the people who go to heaven be going in the twinkle of an eye, and the other people, I guess, go to hell. But watch this. Think about this. The people who left us was at Judgment Day, and
that's what I was getting ready to say.
Right. And we in hell right now because we still here.
Right. That's a good point, and that's something I think about sometimes, especially not just in that way, but like whenever Jesus come back and take the people, are you still going to be here?
We don't know. This may be hell. This may be hell. But Kevin, they ain't waiting period. They at the bus stop waiting which way they got to go.
Okay.
They may go up, may go down. Who knows?
Right.
Thank you for watching, and if you like the content, do not be afraid to hit that like button and the subscribe button, and don't forget to share it out. Man, we got videos dropping every single week, and we surely appreciate your time, and we can't wait to hear back from you. Leave a comment, leave a like, and guys, make sure you have a good day. God bless you. Take it easy.